going to learn something new about nutrition in plants from class 7 biology. I think so. You already learned about food, how food is essential for living organisms. And you also learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals are components of food. These components of food are called nutrients and are necessary for our body to build and maintenance of the body is called nutrition. Then what is meant by nutrition? Nutrition, it is a mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. Depending on the mode of nutrition, organisms are classified as autotrophs and heterotrophs. Then what are autotrophs? Let's see. They can prepare their own food from simple inorganic sources like carbon dioxide and water. What are the examples of autotrophs? Examples of autotrophs are algae, plants, and some types of bacteria. Autotrophs are also known as producers. Heterotrophs. What are heterotrophs? They cannot synthesize their own food and are dependent on the autotrophs for obtaining complex organic substance for nutrition. Then what are the examples of heterotrophs? All the animals including human beings. Let's discuss about food making process in plants. In order to prepare food, we need some ingredients at home. Like that, plants also need some raw materials to prepare food. Let us see how plants are getting these raw materials. The raw materials are CO2 and H2O in presence of sunlight. Leaves, these are the food factories of the plant. So, all the raw materials should reach the leaves for the synthesis of food. You can see in the given diagram. Water and minerals absorbed by the roots from the soil and reaches the leaves through vessels. CO2 from the air enters the leaves through the tiny pores present in the leaves called as stomata. These pores are surrounded by guard cells. The green pigment present in the leaves is called as chlorophyll. So it absorbs the sunlight. So sun is an ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. So as the raw materials reach the leaf prepares in presence of sunlight. Then photo means light, synthesis means preparation. So preparation of food in presence of light is called photosynthesis. To see how plants are producing carbohydrates. During the process of photosynthesis, plants are using raw materials such as CO2 and H2O. In presence of sunlight, they are producing carbohydrates and releasing oxygen. You can see in the given equation. Understood that chlorophyll is necessary to absorb sunlight during the process of photosynthesis. Usually, leaves are green in color due to the presence of green color pigment called chlorophyll. You might have observed that some plants with deep red, violet or brown leaves. Does these leaves also carry out photosynthesis? Yes, these leaves also carry out photosynthesis because chlorophyll is also present in these colored leaves also, but the red and yellow pigments present in these leaves mask the chlorophyll, so they appear in various colors. Let us prove this through this. Take two potted plants of the same kind, keep one in dark or in a black box for 72 hours and the other in sunlight. Perform iodine test with the leaves of both the plants as you did in class 6th. Record your results. Now leave the part which was earlier kept in the dark in the sunlight for 3 to 4 days and perform the iodine test again on its leaves. Record your observations in your notebook. The leaves other than green also have chlorophyll. So by this experiment we proved that the leaves other than green also have chlorophyll. To discuss about synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These are used to synthesize other components of food such as proteins and fats. But proteins are nitrogenous substances. From where do the plants get nitrogen? nitrogen is present in abundance in gaseous form in the air. However, plants cannot absorb nitrogen in this form. Soil has certain bacteria which converts gaseous nitrogen into a usable form and release it into the soil. These are absorbed by the plants along with water. In this way, plants fulfill their requirements of nitrogen and synthesize proteins and vitamins. Now we are going to discuss other modes of nutrition in plants. There are some plants which do not have chlorophyll. They cannot synthesize food. Such plants depend on the food produced by other plants. They use the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Example, Cuscuta. It does not have chlorophyll. It takes ready-made food from the plants on which it climbs. The plant on which it climbs is called host and Cuscuta is called the parasite. I think so you can understand. Insectivorous plants. There are few plants which can trap insects and digest them. Such insect-eating plants are called insectivorous plants. Example, pitcher plant. You can see in the given diagram. In this plant, the pitcher-like or jug-like structure is the modified parts of the leaf. The apex of a leaf forms a lid which can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Inside the pitcher, there are hair-like structures. When an insect lands in the pitcher, the lid closes and the traps the insects gets entangled into the hair. The lid closes and insect is trapped. The insect is digested by the digestive juices secreted in the pitcher and the nutrients are absorbed. So this type of plants are called insectivorous plants. I think so you can understand easily. The saprophytes. You might have seen packets of mushrooms sold in the market. You might have also seen brown and green patches on bread when we leave it in a moist place. When these organisms are called fungi. They absorb the nutrients from the bread. This mode of nutrition in which organisms take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprophytic nutrition. Such organisms with saprotropic nutrition are called saprotrophs. You can see in the given diagram. We are going to discuss how nutrients are replenished in the soil. You learn that plants absorb nutrients and minerals from soil, so their amounts in the soil keep on declining. So, fertilizers and manures contain nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. These nutrients need to be added from time to time. For what? To enrich the soil. Usually, crop plants absorb a lot of nitrogen, so the soil becomes deficient in nitrogen. Bacterium called rhizobium often lives in the roots of gram, peas, beans and other legumes and provides them with nitrogen. In return, plants provide food and shelter to the bacteria. So, this type of mutual relationship is called symbiosis. So, these are different modes of nutrition in plants. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe our channel.